How you doing, Red Sox fans? Welcome to episode 15 of the BLEAV in Red Sox podcast. Hello, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Hello. If you are with me here live on YouTube, thank you for coming out on this fine Monday evening. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone had a good start to their week. Man, oh man, I'm quite busy today. Long day at school for me. If you are listening to this, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whether that's Google, Spotify, Google, Stitcher. Did I just say Google twice? What the heck? I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But if you are tuning in wherever you are listening to your favorite podcasts, I have been back to work in the last couple of weeks. I've been rather busy, and we did the power rankings last night live on the channel. Thank you to everyone for coming out to that last night. But hey, we're back to work. Very busy lately, and I have not been able to do the BLEAV in Red Sox podcast as much as I would like to, but hey, we got some time tonight. I figured tonight, hey, day off today, probably the best time to do this for tonight. So, everyone, let's get into it here. I see a lot of familiar faces here in the chat on YouTube. Again, thank you for coming out for tonight's episode. But before I do dive into everything, just want to go over tonight's sponsor, and that is, as you know, BetOnline. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all of your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all of your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today, or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BLEAV50, BLEAV 50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Don't forget, we are also partners with SeatGeek. Take advantage of my code HYDE, HYDE. You get $20 off your first purchase. Definitely take advantage of that. We got about, another month and a half left of the 2022 season. So if you're looking to go to a game, definitely take advantage of my code. And hey, we just talked about some sports betting with BetOnline, and we are partners here with Prize Picks. They will give you a 100% deposit match. Use my code GINGER. Hey, if you deposit $20, they'll give you $20. So take advantage of that. Like I said, we got another, month and a half left of the season. So try to take advantage of that code while you still can. All right, everyone. Enough of all the hoopla with all the advertisements. Let's get into tonight's episode. So, the topic for tonight: can the Red Sox make the playoffs? Well, of course the Red Sox can make the playoffs. Of course they can. Let's just answer that question right off the bat. But if we were to play, try to be an oracle over here, try to make a prediction, will they make the playoffs? I'm going to dive into it a little bit tonight, but a good weekend this past weekend. That's exactly what the Red Sox did. That's exactly what the Red Sox needed to do this past weekend. It's just been an up and down time, ever since we're going back to July now. It just feels like just something's really off with this team. You got one part of the team doing well, but then another part of the team ain't doing all that great. And then that part of the team starts to do good again, but then another part of the team starts to not really come through for you. It feels like this team, they're not hitting their stride. They were going through some injuries there. It feels like they're starting to get a little healthier. Tommy Pham, he's been a nice addition, coming in before the trade deadline. Helping the Red Sox win the other night against the Yankees. It feels like the Red Sox just aren't quite there yet. They are going to be getting Kike Hernandez back. I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. But let's kind of just dive in here to the Yankees series over the weekend. Again, this is exactly what they needed to do. They needed a series like this. It just feels like they just, losing a couple to the Braves this past week. Vaughn Grissom, oh my goodness, that home run is still giving me nightmares. my God, that was an absolute tater tot that he hit over the monster. Are you kidding me? What a good story for him, man. First home run coming at Fenway Park. But for the Red Sox, they needed this series against the Yankees. You know, they were coming into last night, a game apiece. It's just like you're wondering, man, like, you know, the Yankees, they've been struggling too. This was the Red Sox chance to take a series here. I mean, of course, this division is completely out of reach at this point, but to, you know, obviously, we all know what the story is with the Red Sox and the Yankees. So for them to win a series here, they needed this one. They needed this one. And what was the key to this series? The starting pitching. The offense has not been great lately. If I were to actually pull up how the Red Sox offense has been, let's actually go to Fangraphs. Let's go take a look at where the Red Sox offense ranks over, let's say, I don't know, the last 30 days. Let's go to the last 30 days. If we're looking at the rankings in WRC+, the Red Sox are 26th overall in WRC+ over the last 30 days. This offense has just, they've not had it, man. Devers was out for a little bit, but hey, he came through over this past week. Came through last night. Big home run last night. But the Red Sox offense has just not been coming through, man. You're having a lot of guys slumping. Alex Verdugo's been hitting. He's been doing pretty good. You're getting a couple other at-bats here and there, you know, guys coming through here and there, but just not this offense is not clicking right now. But this past weekend, they did not have to rely on the offense. The starting pitching was absolutely phenomenal this past weekend. Going back to game one, the Red Sox taking that 3-2. They had the walk-off from Tommy Pham there, but forgotten here, Nathan Eovaldi, you know, not amazing in this one, but I feel like Eovaldi's still trying to find his groove. He has looked a little better over the last few starts, but he hasn't looked quite as dominant. He was hittable in this one. He gave up 8 hits, but he limited the runs to 2, only walked 2. He did give up a home run, but Eovaldi here, he got through this. And hey, Matt Barnes, give this guy a little credit. He had a bit of a shaky outing against the Braves, but Matt Barnes, ever since coming back from the IL, he's actually looked okay. And you know what? It was nice to see Matt Barnes come through in relief in this one. And then Garrett Whitlock getting the 2-inning, had the 2-inning outing, getting the win there. Garrett Whitlock, this is where he needed to be ever since the start of the season. I don't know why they tried to get cute with the guy. I don't know why they tried, you know, it's like, don't fix what's not broke, you know. And Garrett Whitlock, to me, you know, they tried to take him out of that bullpen, and they, you know, tried throwing him in the rotation, and it just wasn't working. You know, it's like, this is the spot that he needed to be in, and he is obviously excelling in this spot. But the starting pitching coming through for the Red Sox in this one, Tommy Pham getting the walk-off, and then going to game 2. You know, hey, the Red Sox take the loss here. They take the loss in game 2, but again, good starting pitching. Cutter Crawford actually did really well in this one. Sure, he walked 4, did strike out 5, gave up a home run, but only gave up 2 hits in this one, 2 earned. Hey, Cutter Crawford, man, a bit of a forgotten outing. Schreiber ended up taking the loss there, giving up the run late. And, you know, hey, just the offense, you know, not coming through here. Just, I don't know, they're just not fully clicking. And it showed in this game. But the starting pitching was very good. And going to last night, speaking of starting pitching, player of the game, Michael Wacha. He looked absolutely phenomenal in his first start back from the IL. 7 innings, 2 hits, 9 Ks, 1 walk, 0 earned. Wacha looked absolutely phenomenal last night. My goodness, that's exactly what the Red Sox need. I feel like the starting pitching, it's been a bit, it hasn't been awful by any means, but they've had a couple of moments where, yeah, they look pretty bad, but the starting pitching has felt a little up and down, and it just feels like they haven't been at full strength, but it's starting to get healthier. Don't even remind me of Chris Sale. I feel like we haven't even talked about that. Have we talked about that? Chris Sale falling off of his bike or whatever the heck that guy did. Chris Sale, what the heck are you doing? What are you doing? I understand you're probably going for a nice little bike ride. You're going for a nice little, you know, it's a nice day out, going for a bike ride. Well, how are you falling off your bike? What are you doing? Chris Sale, come on. I'm just, you know, maybe I'm being a little harsh on the guy, but goodness. The guy has just the worst luck, man. I will say this. I don't like poking fun at people that get hurt, but I saw some really funny stuff on Twitter, man. I saw there was one that I had a friend. He tagged me in it, and it was one of the insurance guys. Well, who was it? Like Allstate or something? He was the one. He's that one in the commercials where how does it go again? Like where it's this one guy. He's doing like all this really dangerous stuff, and he ends up getting like hurt a lot or whatever. But this guy was riding on a stationary bike, and then he just ends up like flipping through the window or something. I was just dying at that. Oh my God. But Chris Sale, man, honestly, it was like, you couldn't believe it, but you could believe it because that's just the awful luck that he's been having. So it's like, of course he would fall off of his bike and hurt himself and be out for God knows how long. But Chris Sale, he'll be back next year. But for the Red Sox rotation, they got Hill back. You got Walker back now. They're starting to build some strength in that rotation. This is what they're going to need. They're going to need strong starting pitching until this offense can fully figure it out. But, hey, Tommy Pham has been a really nice pickup for the Red Sox. He's been coming through, and you got to love it, man. Really coming through here. We're seeing some okay stuff from Eric Hosmer. Not anything amazing by any means, but he's there. He's doing his thing. And, the Red Sox, they just need the core guys to really pick it up here. I mean, Devers, showing some signs last night. Big home run there. Absolute tank shot. But Bogarts, he's been slumping. JD Martinez, not quite there. Verdugo, like I said, he has been hitting pretty well lately. But you just need these guys to start clicking again. But they're going to need this starting pitching to keep doing their thing, just like they did against the Yankees. When you get good starting pitching, you win series. Simple as that. I know it's rocket science, right? But big series win for the Red Sox here. They really needed that. And, hey, you're going into a winnable series here against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hey, I like me some Pittsburgh Pirates. I like some of these young guys. But you should sweep this series. You got the momentum winning 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. Don't even go into Pittsburgh here and even think about anything other than a sweep. I know you got to think one game at a time, but you better win all 3 of these games. I don't care if it's on the road. It's Pittsburgh. They're not good this year. You need to win 3 straight here. You need to keep that momentum going. Pivetta, he's looked okay in his past couple of starts. He gets game 1 against Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller has actually looked okay this year. Not amazing numbers, but he has looked okay. And still TBD for the Pirates starters in game 2 and 3, but Rich Hill will get the nod in game 2, and then Eovaldi back on the mound for game 3. This is an absolute winnable series. This is the series where some of these guys in the lineup, some weak pitching from the Pittsburgh Pirates, this is the time for them to try and find their stride. This is a series that the Red Sox, this could end up, hey, you won 2 out of 3 against the Yankees, but if you can keep the momentum going here, this could set you up for a nice little run. And that's what the Red Sox are going to need. They need a run. They need to get back to what they were doing in June. It feels like, besides June, this team is just, I don't know. You can't figure out what's going on with this team, man. You've had injuries. They're up and down. You need to get back to what you were doing in June. So let's get to the main topic of tonight's show. Will the Red Sox make the playoffs? Can they make the playoffs? Of course they can make the playoffs. If you're within striking distance, they're 4.5 games out right now. They absolutely can make the playoffs. There's no reason they couldn't. But will they? That's going to be the key question. So let's go to the standings. As of right now, the Red Sox, they have an uphill battle. Uphill battle here. As you can see, if you're with me live on YouTube, you can see here the Red Sox as of right now are 57-59, 4.5 out, 4-6 in their last 10. But like I've mentioned, 18 times already, taking 2 out of 3 against the Yankees this past weekend. But you got an uphill battle, not just because you are 4.5 out, but you got 3 teams ahead of you that are also vying for the 3rd wild card spot. Right now, if I were to put money down, if I were to slap some money down on the table, I like Toronto and Seattle. I think those 2 teams, they're going to find a way to get in. I think those teams, they're looking very good. And, Toronto lately, I don't know what it is with Toronto this year. Just such an up and down team. You got talent on that team, but that's a team I feel like has not fully hit its stride. I think they will, but hey, we'll have to proceed with caution, though, with Toronto. But I do think the third wild card is going to be the one that's up for grabs. I think Toronto and Seattle, they're gonna find a way to get those 2 spots. But you got Tampa Bay as of right now in the 3rd spot. You got Baltimore right behind them, a game and a half out. Baltimore, what the heck are they doing this year? Minnesota, they have not been playing inspiring baseball lately. They've just been I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with Minnesota. They were looking really good at one point, but not looking too great. The White Sox are coming on strong. They've won 3 straight, 6-4 in their last 10, getting some good starting pitching. They're getting some good offense. The White Sox, 2 out. So Baltimore, 1.5 behind the 3rd spot. Minnesota, 2 behind. And the White Sox also 2 behind. And then who knows what's going on with that Central Division, man. You got 3 teams there, the Guardians, the Twins, and the White Sox. All those teams gunning for the Central Crown. So who knows what other 2 teams will be standing, going for this wild card spot. But the Red Sox, as you can see here, 4.5 out. Now, if we take a look at their schedule, okay, let's take a look. So, like I said, we got the Pirates for 3, but then you got the Orioles for 3 over the weekend. So, I mean, I know it sounds pretty obvious, but the Red Sox obviously need to go in and win these series. These are the big series here. You got no more against the White Sox this year, but you do have a series with the Twins coming up at the end of the month. If this is a team, they're not looking too great lately. You got to find a way to leapfrog these teams. That's going to be, to me, I know 4.5 out. I think the fact that you're behind these 3 teams, I think that's almost makes it's almost just as difficult as being 4.5 out. Because you got to find a way to leapfrog these teams. But you got the Twins coming up. That's a series you got to take advantage of. Like I said, you got the Orioles this weekend. That's going to be tough. It's always tough playing the Orioles, but you got to find a way to bring it against the Orioles on the road. You got to find a way. You got the Blue Jays next week. You got a 3-game set, and you got the Rays next weekend. So all of these teams here that you're playing coming up, besides the Pirates, they're all involved in the wild card race. So this is a key. The next couple of weeks here are huge for the Red Sox. They're huge. You have to take advantage of these games. Okay? So going into September, you got the Rangers. That's a winnable series. But then you got the Rays again. Then you got the Orioles again. You got a couple against the Yankees. Then you got the Royals. I mean, we just played the Royals recently. Didn't look too good against them. Then you got the Reds. You got the Yankees again for 4. Then you got the Orioles for 4. Then you got the Blue Jays for a few. And then you end the season against Tampa. So with their schedule, the teams that they need to play head-to-head, you got plenty of matchups with them. You got plenty of matchups with the Rays. So counting how many games against the Rays you have left, you got 3 coming up next weekend. You have 3 coming up in the beginning of September, so that's 6. And then to end the season, you got 3 games set. So you got 9 games left against Tampa. You got a ton against the Blue Jays. So you got, like 6 against the Blue Jays or 7? And then the Yankees, you still got 6 more. But, the Red Sox have actually been okay against the Yankees this year. As good as the Yankees have been, the Red Sox, I think they're 6-7 against the Yankees. So, that's kind of how they always are. Those 2 teams are always exchanging wins and losses. But I think for the Red Sox, you got to find a way. I know it's easier said than done here, but you got to, I think, honestly, I think the Rays, those series, man, you really got to bring it. You got to bring it against that Tampa team, man, because that is the team. They've had an up and down season. It feels like they have not hit their full stride. They've had injuries this year. Starting pitching, Shane McClanahan was really good at one point, but he's had his struggles recently. Bullpen is actually looking pretty good for the Rays, but they've had an up and down year. When it comes to the offense, like I said, they've had some injuries this year. So you got to take advantage of those matchups against the Rays. Those are huge. You got 9 games against them. You got to do it. Let's move over to Fangraphs here. Let's take a look at the percentage chance that Fangraphs is giving the Red Sox of getting a wild card. So as of right now, for the wild card race, the Blue Jays, 86.9% chance of clinching a wild card. The Mariners, 84.9%. The Rays, 54.5%. The White Sox, 18.3%. The Twins, 15.3%. And the Red Sox are slightly ahead of the Twins at 15.4%. So they're still giving the Red Sox a chance here. Actually, it's funny enough, the Orioles are ahead of the Red Sox right now in the standings, but they're only giving the Orioles a 3.9% chance of making the playoffs. So Fangraphs, they're still showing some love here for the Red Sox. If you were to ask me for a prediction right now, I mean, hey, coming into this year, I had the Red Sox not making the playoffs. And honestly, my prediction preseason is really lining up with what it's looking like right now. I was saying I feel like the Red Sox, they were going to be in it. They were going to be involved. I don't know if they're going to have enough. I feel like the Red Sox, I'm not trying to sound pessimistic here, but they have just been so up and down this year. Like I mentioned earlier, one part of the team is working. Then another part of the team is not working. Then that part of the team starts to work, and then the other part of the team starts to not work. So it's just been really inconsistent with this Red Sox team this year, and they're getting just some injuries that are really hurting them. You know, it's just been a really tough season. When they're good, they're good. They're really good. But when they're bad, they're not good. They're not good at all, man. They're just tough to watch, you know? But if they want to reverse their fortunes, you got to do it now. You got to do it over the next couple of weeks. You got to take advantage of these matchups coming up over the next couple of weeks. I do think personally, I know Red Sox fans, I'm killing you right now, but I don't think they're going to have enough. That's just what I think. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. You just got a tough mountain to climb here, not just because you're 4.5 out. You can make up those games really quick. It's just you got all these other teams out in front of you. Baltimore, I mean, I know they've lost a couple in a row over the weekend. They lost that series to the Rays, but they're just hanging around. They're just being really pesky. You know, the White Sox, I think, are coming on really strong. I think they have a run in them. I mean, Tampa's Tampa. You know, Tampa always plays the Red Sox tough. You know, you got 9 games left against Tampa, but Tampa just is such a nagging team. They're always tough to play. And I don't know, man. I just wonder if they're going to have enough in the end. I just wonder if this hill is going to be too much to climb. I appreciate Bloom, you know, bringing in some prospects for Vasquez, you know, making a couple of moves there. You know, loading up that farm and, you know, bringing in some guys that can still help you compete. It just feels like they're going to come up short. I don't know. I've watched this team for many years, and that's what my gut's telling me. I just feel like they're going to come up short. I really hope I'm wrong. They could have a run in them. We've seen that this is the one year, you know, looking back at this season, the one thing that I've noticed this year a lot is teams just going on these crazy runs. I mean, the Red Sox were one of them. Yeah, the Braves go crazy. Who was another team recently? The Mariners won 14 in a row. The Blue Jays have gotten hot. The Yankees were red hot. The Dodgers just went on a crazy, 12-game win streak. They've had a lot of big win streaks this year. So the Red Sox, do they have another one in them? They were looking really good in June there. You know, do they have another run in them like they did in June? If they do, they're absolutely in this thing. But it's going to be tough. For the Red Sox, they are getting back. Maybe this could be the spark that they need. You are getting here a key guy back. You're getting a key guy back in Kike Hernandez. This guy has been out for quite a while, having just a hip flexor issue. This guy has just had a grumpy hip for a while now, but it's expected that he's going to be coming back this week. So as you can see here, according to RotoWire News, or actually it was according to the Boston Globe, expected to be reinstated on Tuesday. According to my math, today is Monday, so that's tomorrow. So Kike Hernandez, we should be seeing him back rather soon. Now, with Kike Hernandez, he was not having a great season by any means. In 51 games prior to going on the IL, he was hitting 209, a 273 on base, 340 slugging. Not really a whole lot with Kike Hernandez. He was playing some pretty good defense out there. So, but to me, Kike is an energy kind of a guy. That's a guy, he's going to bring the good vibes. And who knows? Maybe this guy gives you a little bit of a boost. And I'll tell you one guy who I think is going to get sent down is Jarren Duran. I think this guy's going down to AAA. Good grief. I can't take this guy's defense out there anymore. Please, just get out of here. I can't do it. He's had so many just bad mishaps. But the one thing with Jarren Duran that I was okay with was the bat at one point. But he has not been hitting, man. So far, in 13 games in the month of August, he's only hit 179. He's got a couple of homers, but he's just not getting it done, man. Not getting it done. In the month of July, he was actually really bad. Oh my goodness, he had how many at-bats here? 87 ABs, 33 Ks, only walked 5 times. He's just not been getting it done, man. I think Jarren Duran will be the guy that goes down. I don't see, maybe you could keep him on. If we're looking at the roster right now, you got, Reese McGuire's not going anywhere. You're going to keep Dahl back there. You got Yolmer Sanchez. But, I guess you could send down you could get rid of a reliever, possibly. So as of right now, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 8 guys in the bullpen. So you could essentially send down a bullpen guy. Now you got Juris Familia, who just got called up recently. You could send him down, I guess. Well, how many options does this guy have? He's got no options. I don't know. Do you just release the guy? I don't know what you do with him. Maybe you could do something with him, and because right now you only got 3 guys on the bench. So I guess you could bring back Kike, and then you could just have Duran on the bench. He at least offers you speed. So basically, it could just be that left-handed bat off the bench, gives you some speed there, not a whole lot of defense, but you could do that. It'll be interesting to see which way they go. I would think they're gonna go maybe they'll do something with Familia there, or you just send down Duran. But you could use. I think you could. You could use Duran off the bench. I don't see why not. But Kike, he will be back in the lineup. He will be back to starting. You're not putting Kike on the bench. But we have a super chat coming in. Christopher Gavin, what is going on, my friend? Robbie, are you still teaching? Yes, I am, my friend. I actually just went back to work a couple of weeks ago, and we just had our first day of school last week. And we are in full swing now. We're in full swing. I missed summer vacation already. But I do like my class this year. But for Kike Hernandez, again, the numbers have not looked too great. Then he got injured, but hey, maybe he comes back, gives you a bit of a boost, and obviously, the guy's going to bring the energy. So I think he'll be a welcome addition back on the team. So again, for the Red Sox, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Red Sox moving forward. You got a lot of teams you got to leapfrog. I do feel like in the end, my gut is not excited about the Red Sox chances, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am. I do think the Red Sox, they got a run in them. The key for the Red Sox, they're going to have to pick it up with the offense. Again, when we looked at the rankings when it comes to the offense over the last 30 days, 26 in WRC+. Let's see how they've done over the last 7 days. Over the last 7 days, not really a whole lot better. They're 18th over. Actually, no, sorry. I am looking at the wrong one. Looking at WRC+. They are 17th overall. So they're doing a little better over the last week, but you need more. You need more. The key is going to be the offense. you just need enough starting pitching. I'm not saying you got to throw gems out there. You just got to get guys that are just making their starts. The bullpen, they're looking all right lately. You know, Schreiber took the loss the other night. But I think the offense is the big key. Just get enough starting pitching, 5-6 innings. Let guys like Whitlock just carry that bullpen in the end. Barnes is looking pretty good lately. Schreiber's just been having a great year all year. That's the key. If the Red Sox offense just gets it going, man, and they get these guys back on track, this could be a scary team, man. But I'm going to hold my breath. It's just been so up and down lately. And I'm not quite sure how I am feeling. But we got to take advantage of these matchups coming up for the next couple of weeks. Big matchups coming up. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. That's all I have to talk about for tonight. Not a long episode for tonight. Just wanted to go over that Yankees series. Just wanted to go over my thoughts on what I think the playoff chances are. Right now, if you want a percentage chance, man, I know Fangraphs, they're giving them, a 15% chance. I'll go a little higher than that. I'll go, maybe 30%. I'll go 30%. I think that's fair. 15%, I guess you could say anywhere from 15 to 30%. So I'm a little more optimistic than that. I'll go 30% chance. But who knows? Sweep the Pirates the next few games. Take 2 out of 3 against the Orioles over the weekend. And then you got a day off next Monday. You set yourself up. You got 6 games in a row against the Blue Jays and the Rays. If you can sweep the Pirates, take 2 out of 3 against the Orioles, you got some good momentum going up against these division rivals and teams that are holding on to the wild card spots right now. So this is going to be a big week. This is a big week for the Red Sox. This week is all about momentum. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Everyone, don't forget about tonight's sponsor, Bet Online. Remember, the promo code is BLEAV50, BLEAV 50. You get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. We are also partners with SeatGeek. Use my code HYDE, $20 off your first purchase. Please take advantage of that code if you're looking to go to a game. And Prize Picks, another sports betting partnership here. Use my code GINGER for a 100% deposit match. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 15. I will probably be back with episode 16 next Monday. There's a day off next Monday, so that lines up nicely. But yeah, everyone, we'll see you here for episode 16 next Monday. And definitely be on the lookout on my channel, on my YouTube channel. And make sure you're looking out for content coming out for this week. We will have hot takes either Wednesday or Thursday night, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when I go live. We'll also have power rankings this Sunday. Looking to upload a video or two throughout the week this week as well, so be on the lookout for that. Everyone, have yourself a great night. Have yourself a great West. Oh my goodness. I need to go get some West right now. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll talk to you next time.